Chicken. It's what's for dinner, right? For centuries, this humble bird has gone from barnyard regular to the global superstar of dinner tables everywhere. From ancient times, when our ancestors first domesticated the wild jungle fowl, to today's sprawling factory operations, churning out millions of chickens a day, the transformation is staggering. But how exactly did we get from a few scrappy birds clucking around the farm to the colossal meat processing behemoths of today? It all started with humans realizing that chickens were an easily manageable, high-yield source of protein. Fast forward to modern times, and we've taken that basic idea and supercharged it with industrial precision. Chicken is no longer just a food source. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Today, factory farms and processing plants have streamlined the entire life cycle of a chicken, from hatching to the moment it lands on your dinner plate, in a process so efficient it could rival any car assembly line. Behind closed doors, millions of chickens are processed daily in a factory setting that's part science fiction, part culinary feat. It's fast, it's precise, and it's all done on a scale that's mind-boggling. Curious about what really happens after a chicken is plucked from the farm and enters the factory? Hold on to your feathers, because this is chicken processing like you've never seen before. From egg to farm. It all begins with an egg, but not just any egg. No, this is the star of the show. After 21 days in incubation, this humble egg hatches into a fluffy chick, ready to take on the world, or at least the farm. Picture rows of eggs laid out in cozy bedding that looks more like a 5-star chick hotel. Workers, aided by sophisticated machinery, meticulously spread this bedding, making sure each future chicken gets a VIP experience. Comfort is key, because these chicks are the future of your protein-packed meals. As soon as these baby chicks make their grand entrance into the world, they are greeted with open wings. Well, more like specialized, temperature-controlled chambers designed to mimic the warmth of a mother hen. It's like stepping into a luxury spa, but instead of massages, these little guys get premium food. They're immediately fed a high-quality organic diet that consists of grains, corn, and expeller-pressed soybeans. No chemicals here, just a natural, nutritious feed designed to give these chicks a strong start. Farm life. Once the chicks are strong enough, they're moved into massive, spacious barns where they have room to spread their wings, literally. Imagine a giant hall where everything a chicken could ever want is automated. It's like a gourmet buffet, but for chickens. The feed comes in automatically, making sure every chicken has access to the good stuff. These high-tech feeding systems aren't just convenient, they're lifesavers, ensuring no chicken is left behind when it comes to their daily meals. And for hydration? Only the best. Instead of sloshing around in open water trays, these chickens sip water from clean, efficient nipple watering systems. Water is delivered drop by drop, making sure there's no mess, no wastage, and always the perfect amount for each thirsty bird. But it's not just the food and water that's carefully monitored. The entire barn environment is tailored to poultry perfection. Temperature, humidity, and even lighting are controlled 24/7 to create the ideal growing conditions. It's like a chicken paradise. These birds spend their days pecking around, socializing with their fellow flockmates, and growing fast. With all this pampering, it's no wonder they mature into plump chickens in a matter of weeks. But let's not get too attached to these pampered birds. Their next stop is far from the cozy farm. It's the processing plant. Transport to the factory. When the chickens have grown to their full, market-ready size, it's time for the big move. Their journey to the processing plant begins with a first-class ride, minus the legroom complaints. Modern poultry farms use specially designed containers for transportation. These containers ensure that the chickens are kept safe, comfortable, and secure as they embark on their final journey. Each container is loaded onto large transport trucks, ready to hit the road. It's all about efficiency here. There's no dilly-dallying. These trucks get the birds to the factory in record time, while ensuring that the chickens remain as calm as possible. After all, stress isn't good for anyone, especially if you're about to be processed. Once the chickens arrive at the processing plant, things start moving fast. The containers are carefully unloaded, and each chicken is prepared for the next stage. But before any real processing happens, there's one crucial step to go through. Time for a clean start. Before the chickens can enter the processing line, they get one last cleanse. They pass through a special chamber equipped with disinfecting blue lights. Now, don't be fooled by how fancy it sounds. This isn't about mood lighting. The blue light is designed to eliminate bacteria, ensuring the chickens are as clean as possible before processing begins. It's like the chickens are getting a last-minute scrub down before the main event. Once they're through the disinfection process, the chickens are handled with surprising care. Despite the industrial setting, the plant ensures that every step of the process is as smooth and humane as possible. The chickens are hung by their legs on hooks, transported gently along the production line. It's not rushed or chaotic. Instead, everything moves with calm precision, with one goal in mind: minimizing stress for the birds. Initial stages of slaughtering. And now we reach the pivotal moment in the chicken's journey. The slaughtering process begins. But don't worry, this isn't some medieval-style scene. Modern poultry plants use state-of-the-art systems designed to make the process quick and humane. First up is the electrical water bath. As the chickens move along the production line, their heads are dipped into this electrified water, rendering them unconscious in seconds. This method ensures that the chickens feel no pain or discomfort during the slaughtering process. It's all about efficiency with compassion, getting the job done while maintaining the highest welfare standards. Once the chickens are stunned and unconscious, the actual slaughtering takes place. The birds are quickly and humanely dispatched, then immediately sent down the line to the next phase. There's no room for delays here. Time is of the essence, as the chickens must be processed swiftly to maintain quality. Into the boiling water. After slaughtering, the chickens are ready for their next big spa treatment. They're dipped into a large tank of hot water, just shy of boiling. This hot water bath helps to loosen the feathers, making the plucking process much easier. Think of it like a hot soak before a shave. It softens everything up, prepping the birds for a smooth transition to the next stage. The chickens, now properly prepped, head into the poultry plucking machine. This contraption is a marvel of modern engineering. Inside, the chickens are swirled around as rubber fingers pluck away at their feathers. In just moments, the birds go from fluffy to featherless, looking more like the chickens you're familiar with at the grocery store. All those loose feathers, they're collected and whisked away. Nothing goes to waste. And the now featherless chickens, they get a quick rinse, just to make sure everything is spotless before moving on. And that's where we leave off, for now. With feathers gone and the chickens cleaned up, they are about to enter the next phase of processing, where things only get more intense. Stay tuned for the rest of the journey as we explore how these chickens are transformed into the cuts of meat that end up on your dinner table. And just like that, we've reached the halfway mark. But we can't take a break yet, so let's keep moving. Head and feet separation. Now that the chickens are feather-free, it's time to separate some less appetizing parts. First, the heads. With a few swift motions, a specialized machine slices off the heads, which are collected and set aside. But don't be too quick to count them out. Heads, feet, and other parts that might seem wasteful to some are considered delicacies in other parts of the world. For example, chicken feet are highly prized in many Asian markets, so these bits aren't wasted. They're packed and shipped off to destinations where they're eagerly awaited for soups, broths, and snacks. Once the heads are removed, the chickens remain hanging by their feet, until, of course, those are chopped off as well. An automatic band slices through the feet, and just like the heads, they're gathered, processed, and sent for further packaging. Evisceration, gutting the goods. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of poultry processing. Evisceration. This is where the real inner workings of the chicken get taken care of. Enter the evisceration machine, a device that would make even the most seasoned butcher marvel at its precision. With robotic accuracy, this machine makes an incision in the chicken's abdomen, and in one swift motion, the internal organs are pulled out. Everything from the liver to the intestines is neatly extracted, leaving behind a clean, hollow chicken carcass. It all happens in the blink of an eye. A quick slice, a robotic arm reaches in, and out comes the guts, ready for sorting. But the process doesn't stop there. Each bird is sprayed with water inside and out to ensure that nothing remains inside that shouldn't be there. By the time the chickens move along the line, they're completely gutted and rinsed, practically ready for the supermarket shelves. Well, almost. The deep clean. After the evisceration process, the chickens go for another dip, this time in a hot water bath. This step isn't just a courtesy rinse, it's a crucial sanitation process. The chickens are submerged in water just shy of boiling, which not only cleans them thoroughly, but also kills off any stubborn microorganisms that might still be clinging on. No bacteria is allowed to survive this stage. Once they've been bathed in hot water, it's time to dry them off. The chickens move through a drying section, where high-powered heat blasts remove any remaining moisture, leaving the birds dry and prepped for their next transformation. Clean, dry, and sanitized, they're all set for some serious butchering. Precision slicing. Now it's time to break down these birds into their most sought-after parts. First up, the wings. With a series of sharp blades and cutting rings, the wings are quickly removed from the main body and sent down the production line to be sorted, packaged, and prepared for distribution. Wings are big business. Whether they're headed for restaurants or grocery stores, their fate is sealed. After the wings are gone, it's time to remove the chicken's back. With surgical precision, the back is sliced off, making the chicken easier to handle for further processing. These parts are sent off for either use in stock production or other meat-based products. It's all part of the no-waste philosophy. Every piece of the chicken has a purpose. The boneless dream next comes the real moneymaker, the chicken breasts. A specially designed tool is used to loosen the skin from the breast, making it easier for the next machine to peel it away. Then, an automated ring slices the breasts cleanly in half. It's here that the bones are expertly removed by another set of mechanical scissors, leaving behind that perfect, boneless chicken breast we all recognize. Simultaneously, the machine turns its attention to the legs. Using round cutting blades, the thighs and drumsticks are neatly separated. Each piece is portioned out with precision and placed in separate containers, ready to be sorted, packaged, or sent off for additional processing. Breasts, thighs, and drumsticks, each cut is accounted for, ensuring that the final product meets the demands of various consumers. Sorting the insides. Remember those internal organs removed earlier? They're not left to waste either. Each organ is carefully cleaned and sorted. The liver, heart, lungs, and gizzards go through their own production line where they're washed and prepared for sale. In many markets, these organs are considered delicacies, so they're given just as much attention as the rest of the bird. Automated robots work with swift precision, separating out the liver from the rest of the entrails. Meanwhile, workers step in to remove any excess fat or impurities from the organs. The result is a perfectly packaged assortment of chicken innards, destined for specialty markets or culinary uses where nothing goes to waste. Lab testing, ensuring quality. Before any of these chicken parts can hit grocery store shelves, there's one more critical step: quality testing. Samples from the processed chickens are taken to the lab to undergo rigorous checks for harmful microorganisms, ensuring everything meets strict safety and health standards. Protein content is also analyzed to confirm the meats industry guidelines for quality. Once the chickens pass these tests, they're cleared for packaging. If any issues are found, the batch is flagged for further inspection or discarded. Nothing gets through without a seal of approval. Factory cleaning. At the end of each production run, the entire factory is scrubbed down from top to bottom. Conveyor belts, machinery, and every surface are thoroughly cleaned with water, detergent, and sanitizers to prevent any buildup of bacteria or residue. It's a necessary reset. Keeping things spotless ensures that the factory is ready for the next batch of chickens that roll in. Packaging. Now that the chickens have been cleaned, tested, and broken down, they're ready for packaging. Whole chickens are placed in plastic trays and sealed with plastic wrap, ensuring freshness all the way from the factory to your fridge. For other cuts, like breasts, thighs, and wings, they are packaged individually in containers or vacuum sealed, depending on the product. Minced or ground chicken is also processed here, with automated machines dispensing precise amounts into containers that are sealed and labeled. Whether it's a whole bird or neatly packaged parts, everything is wrapped up and ready to go. So, there you have it. The wild, feather-filled journey from farm to factory to your plate. It's a process that's as efficient as it is mind-blowing, with millions of chickens moving through these intricate systems every single day. But now it's your turn. What surprised you the most about how chickens are processed? Did you ever imagine it happening at such a massive scale? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to dive deeper into more behind-the-scenes looks at the food industry, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon. That way, you'll never miss out on our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more eye-opening insights.